The Supreme Court has spoken, and with one ruling, they've handed President Donald J. Trump full constitutional control over the federal bureaucracy, crushing the last wall protecting the unelected elite from accountability. The administrative state is crumbling. The lawfare regime is on the ropes, and the president now commands the executive branch as the founders intended. But first, like, comment, and share Explain America, because this one is a real game changer. And here's how it happened. The U.S. Supreme Court sided with Donald Trump in a high-stakes emergency motion, allowing him to immediately remove Biden-appointed agency heads at the National Labor Relations Board and the Merit Systems Protection Board, without cause and without delay. This isn't just about two bureaucracies. It's about tearing down the entire illusion that we live in an American republic where we have an unaccountable and so-called independent federal bureaucracy. A shadow government that sabotaged America First policies for years while hiding behind legal technicalities and outdated precedents. For decades, entrenched officials have used for cause protections to shield themselves from the president's authority, using their posts to leak, slow walk, stonewall, and outright defy the will of the voters. Not anymore. The court's unsigned opinion makes it clear. These bureaucracies exercised executive power. And under the Constitution, executive power belongs to the President of the United States. Period. It doesn't belong to Justice Sotomayor. It doesn't belong to Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. It belongs to the President of the United States. And that is why we hold elections. Justice Elena Kagan, of course, is livid. In a scathing dissent joined by Justices Jackson and Sotomayor, Kagan warned that this order, quote, allows the president to overrule precedent by fiat, unquote. Yes, Justice Kagan, that's called executive power, the kind Article 2 actually spells out. And it's why we hold elections. Now, let's be real. This isn't about agencies and bureaucracy. It's about who actually runs the country. Under Biden, federal boards became war rooms for globalist ideologues. Trump's orders were delayed, blocked, or flat out ignored in the first part of his term. Immigration enforcement was gutted. Energy policies were hijacked. Personnel decisions are second-guessed by so-called independent HR panels stacked with Democrats. With this decision, the nonsense stops. No more rogue chairpersons hiding behind obscure statutes. No more independent watchdogs leaking to CNN. No more lawfare games from lawyers who were never elected by the American people. This is a reset of presidential power and a death sentence for the bureaucratic class that's been running the country behind the curtains. Trump can now terminate, replace, and restructure entire federal agencies without waiting for permission from career activists. It's the beginning of the end for the resistance. And it gets better. Trump's Solicitor General D. John Sauer made clear that the legal justification comes down to this. The Constitution does not allow unelected agencies to operate as sovereign fiefdoms. That's the deep state's fantasy, not American law. The justices agreed. They ruled that keeping rogue officials in power poses a greater threat than removing them. Translation: the president's ability to control the government outweighs any bureaucrat's job security. This is how you end the judicial coup and the bureaucratic resistance. So while Democrats scream about norms and independence, Trump is quietly getting ready for mass firings. Expect the swamp to be trained, for real this time. Because the Supreme Court just gave Trump what every president is supposed to have: control over the executive branch. The deep state just lost this one. We can expect that they'll fight back, and this isn't completely over. They'll try to find some other way to sabotage the Trump presidency, but we'll be watching and we'll be exposing them. This has been Kyle Becker with Explain America. Please like, comment, and share if you want to help expose the bureaucratic resistance that is trying to sabotage a duly elected American president. Thank you. We can edit that part.